What is up guys, and welcome back to another video on my second channel. Now I haven't been able to post on this channel very much, not nearly as much as I want to because I've been really busy the past couple of weeks. As I mentioned in my last upload, I had some freelance work that ended up coming in at a really awkward time in the week. And yeah, basically my priority is obviously to get videos out on my main channel. So I'm trying to get some more content out this evening just after one of my videos has gone live on my main channel. In this one I wanted to show you guys my studio and some of the changes that I'm yet again making. This seems to be a sort of constant process of trying different things, seeing how they work, making little adjustments, and starting to get somewhere now. So I've been getting really frustrated the past couple of weeks behind the scene of how difficult this space is to use for making videos. And as that's pretty much the main reason that I use this space, I really want to make some big changes towards the end of this year and at the start of next year to make my life a lot easier and to make the production value of my videos even better as well. So I've been doing some tidying up and been getting rid of some things, and you can already probably notice that I've taken down the 3 mini shelves that I had up on this wall. So basically, first of all, my plan here on this side is to get some longer shelves that kind of fill that space and stack up this part of the wall here. So I've got quite a lot of room going up, and I live in a quite small house and we need as much storage on the walls as possible because we really don't have anywhere else to put anything. So you can see over here, me and my partner have put these shelves up, and that has helped to clear up a lot of stuff that was basically just on the floor before that. And I want to do a similar thing to that over here as well, just so we have even more storage. So that's already started. As you can see, the shelves that were there have come down, and I'm going to be working on that in the next few days, getting those sorted out. I've also got a few bits of gear which I'm actually going to get rid of because they just don't get used, and it just so happens that they're probably some of the biggest pieces of gear that I actually own. So first up, you can see down here, it's pretty criminal this really, but I've got a Technics 1210 which I just have never really got to using. It takes up a lot of room. It needs amplification before it goes into a device like my SP404 Mark II, for example. So it's not just about having that unit, you need another unit as well. So again, it's more space. And also now I have the Newmark PTO1 Scratch. I don't know if you'll be able to see this. If I just bump this up a bit. So I tend to just use that now. I find it okay. I'm not really looking for superior audio quality because obviously most of the time I'm just making lo-fi and lo-fi beats, so it doesn't really matter too much. So I'm hoping to get that up for sale, and amazingly they've held their value. So I think I've had that for about 11 years and it's still the same price now on the market that it was when I bought it. So there's a good bit of money in that, and I'm hoping to sell that and then I can use it to buy other upgrades for the studio. Now the next bit of gear, very sadly, is the MPC 2000 XL. Now this is another piece of gear which you probably have never seen featured on my channel. I rarely have it out. Again, it's a massive piece of gear. I actually don't really like the workflow of this device too much, and this particular example is very vanilla. So it hasn't got any upgrades basically, it hasn't got any effects, it hasn't got the 8 outs, it's still on floppy disks as well. So just generally speaking, it's a very slow device to use, it's not much fun. The pads feel nice and the sequencing is good like all MPCs, but on the whole, I don't really like that device. And I've got the 2500 and I've got the MPC Live 2 as well, so it's a bit redundant, that device, and I love the way it looks, I love the aesthetic of it and having it around, but yeah, it just kind of takes up too much room. So that's another piece of gear which I think either this month or next month I might look at getting up for sale and see if I can sell that before Christmas. So that's pretty much that side of my desk. I'm just desperately trying to get this sorted so I can use this as my beat making area. That's what I've been trying to work out for a very long time, and it's just taking so long. I'm just getting really ruthless with things now and just trying to get on with it as much as I can. So the other day I actually made some really good progress with this side of the desk, and as you can see, hopefully things are looking pretty clean. So this is where my computer is and this is where I film my videos. I have my camera mount there pointing down and I use the table here. The first thing that I've done is rerouted all the cabling, and it's made a massive difference. I used to have a power adapter like one of these. I had one of those on the desk as well, but it's a double one. So that was taking up a lot of room in this corner and generally making the whole area look really cluttered because all the cables were going into it there. So yeah, it just didn't look nice at all. So what I've gone and done is move that under here. Now you might not be able to see this very well, but you can see now all the plugs go in under there. All the cables are a bit tidier and hidden away under the desk. I might get some stuff for tidying up these cables under here as well. But yeah, it's kind of out of sight, out of mind for me now. This is a much better solution than having it on the top of the desk here, and it's made my life a lot better. So yeah, generally speaking now, this whole area has gotten a lot tidier. And another thing that I've invested in recently for the channel is one of these kind of mic arms. It's not as good as I was hoping it was going to be, that's what I will say. I did used to have one of these, but it was really cheap and it was rubbish. So I got rid of that, and I was just using a normal mic stand for a long time. So I've got a mic stand over there, you can see. I would just put that here while I was filming and put it away when I'm not filming. That really wasn't a great solution for me because I was always having to set it up every time I wanted to film, and it just generally got in the way quite a lot when I was filming as well. So I decided to reinvest in one of these. I spent a bit more money than last time. I think this was 30 quid, but it just doesn't really hold the mic that well. You can see here, there's quite a lot of flex in it. This is quite a heavy microphone. I think it weighs about 600 grams. But yeah, I was expecting it to be a bit better. But that being said, I've done both of this week's videos using this and it's been fine. So it seems to be doing the job, and it's really nice and easy to put away when I'm not filming as well. The other thing I did was bought this little pop shield. Now, I've tried this on a couple of videos and it's okay. I used to use this crappy little thing, which I really don't like. And I don't advise you ever buying one of these. These are called like gooseneck pop filters, and they never hold the position properly. So you're always trying to get it into a position that it just refuses to go into. It does a great job of reducing all the pop and everything and all the plosive words that you say. But generally speaking, yeah, I really didn't like this thing, and I can't film myself talking into my condenser mic with this on because it basically covered like half my face. So yeah, I've changed for this little one. It doesn't do quite as good a job as that gooseneck one, but I can just kind of tilt the mic over to the side like this when I'm recording, and that means that the air kind of travels past it and doesn't go straight onto the ribbon. So it definitely does work okay, and that's made my setup a lot cleaner as well and a lot easier to film videos, not having this massive thing in the way. I can see around it a lot easier as well when I'm making videos. So those two little upgrades are kind of like quality of life upgrades, and they've made a massive difference for me in the studio. So super hyped on those, and this side of the desk in general now, I'm really happy with how it is. I think the only one more thing that I want to do is somehow get this humongous light mounted on the wall up here so that it's not taking up loads of floor space here. You can get brackets for them, kind of like big arms that come out the wall. They're pretty expensive, but I think it will be worth it. The only other idea I've had is to get like a pole put across here, and then I could hang it on that and have it pointing down. That could be really good as well. So I'm going to look into that in the new year. And one other thing that I want to look into in the new year, and you guys might actually be able to help with this. For a long time, I've just been limping along on this little 2-channel mixer. And when I film videos, I use that in combination with the SP404 Mark II as kind of a one interface, but 2 devices making one interface. You can do that on Macs. And basically, if I'm filming any other devices, I just route it into the SP404 Mark II, and then that goes into my computer via USB. And then in Ableton, I have that on one channel and that on another channel. Kind of annoying, and I wish everything could just go into an audio interface, and then it would be a lot cleaner, I think. And one thing that's really annoying is every time I switch between my computer and my SP, I'm having to change my headphones over all the time. So what I'd like to do in the new year is either get a mixer or an audio interface. I've started trying to look into which one will be best. I think it's just one of those where it's like, it doesn't matter which one you get, both will probably work for the purposes that I want, and it'll be good to have more channels available to go into as well. So I think I might get a rack-based one and start a little rack under here, maybe get a little compressor next year as well, we'll see. If you've got any tips about that, about whether it would be better to get a mixer or an audio interface, please let me know. The one thing I don't like about the mixers I've looked at is they kind of seem to have a lot of channels, but then bounce them down to 1 or 2 channels when they go into your computer, which isn't very useful for me because I need to have independent control over all the different levels. So that is pretty much what's going on in my studio at the moment. Just trying to really crack on and get this into a good place for making videos and making beats. It's very slowly getting there. I'm trying to put a lot of effort into it, and I'm starting to see some results, which is good. I just need to keep going and take it to the next level. So that's it for this one, guys. I hope that wasn't too boring for you, and I hope it was interesting to see behind the scenes and what plans I've got for the near future for the studio. I'll be back with more content on this channel very, very soon.